Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Data here, and welcome back to our live franchise mode series on MLB The Show 24 with the Montreal Expos moving into year number 9 with the franchise. We have 100 plus win potential, if I do say so myself. It's a strong season upcoming. Fingers crossed, as we are the first ranked team in the league for contact, for pitching. We have strong power and speed, but defense is low. Coming off of an NLDS loss last season, we're trying to run it back for year number 9 here with the Montreal Expos. So if you're joining after we've already gone live, you can hop ahead to that 5-minute mark. Welcome, Mighty Joe. And if you're joining us live here this evening, you can just start welcoming everybody in for what should be a strong regular season for 2032. 100 plus win potential, if I do say so myself. Last season was a good season, but it was an 85 win season. Sometimes those odd regular seasons can lead still to great playoffs. But I think this year we can get back to what we had 2 years ago, which was 107 wins. I don't know about 107, but I think we could hit 100. Yes, some of our core is getting older in Edouard Julien, in Vlad Guerrero Jr., in Mackenzie Gore, but I still think that the rest of these players, the growing pieces, the CJ Edwards, the Brad Ridleys of the world, those guys can pick up whatever slack is left. Ryan, bonsoir, mon ami, welcome to the stream. So we'll start welcoming everybody in. Here's the depth chart of how things look moving into our 9th season here with the Expos. Colin Hook as shortstop, which is helping out the defense, thankfully. Harry Ford was re-signed as catcher. Doesn't show you everybody. Like, for example, our second catcher is in Von Bernard. It's Garrett Hoffman, so I'm not sure what goes into the calculations of who goes where, but there you go. Live franchise mode, episode number 21. I don't know when we'll wrap up this series exactly, but this is year number 9, soon will be year number 10. Not sure how far we'll go, but we're definitely in the back half of this series, and I want to create some time for our next NHL 25 franchise mode live series as well. And then before you know it, MLB The Show 25 comes out. I wonder what team we'll do next. In our history on the channel, we've done the Oakland Athletics, we've done the New York Mets, we've done the Pittsburgh Pirates, and now we're doing the Montreal Expos, aka the Nationals. So I look forward to what our next challenge will be. But for now, we're still here in Montreal, avec les Expos. Nous sommes fiers de notre équipe, et nous sommes capables. There you go, open that out. I think that's about everything I got to do on my end. That leaves me still about 2 minutes. Great. Lots of games in NHL tonight, so we'll be keeping a tab on those too. Keeping a little eye on those games as we move along. Here's the lineup. So last episode, we ended off with the first game of the season. It was a 4-3 loss against the Cardinals. I know, yeah, Dylan Cruz, was 2 for 5. Vlad Guerrero went 2 for 4, batting .500. Yeah, Matt Wallner had a couple RBI. Colin Hook, 1 for 4, 89 overall, 8 potential from Georgia. We got him from the Mets, that big deal that we made last season. Like, he was on the trade block, we picked him up. Not the craziest batting stats, but But if you look at his defensive stats, that's why we picked him up. With the 89 fielding, 90 arm accuracy, 90 arm strength, 85 arm accuracy, and 86 reactions. Hopefully that helps us in the infield. And he's very strong against lefties. Maybe it ends up that he only plays against lefties, but I want him in the lineup more often than not. Vlad Guerrero Jr. likely transitioning to DH this year, as Brian Bradley will come in on defense, the defensive side of things. Vlad Guerrero Jr., I just found was way too many errors committed, especially in the postseason. I don't know if it's because we're going into the game management or what, but I just find the errors were getting too crazy. 7 last year, 14 the year before, 10 the year before that. For a guy like, I don't know, Colin Hook, meanwhile, is he getting double-digit errors? No, 3, 7, 3, okay. So, just thinking about that. Harry Ford continues as our everyday catcher. He was owed big money. We signed him to that big, 8-year contract, paying him $16.6 per year. Will we keep him for all 8 seasons? I'm not sure. But he has proven himself to be our everyday catcher, and we'll continue to roll with him, hopefully becoming a fixture, continue to be a fixture. This will be his his 4th full season, and a part of his 5th year here with the Expos. For our pitchers, Mackenzie Gore is now 33 years of age. He's down to 85 overall, but he continues to perform as our ace. Game 1 of the season wasn't anything too special, but the last couple of years, hovering around a 3 ERA, just still below 1.3 whip in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in 6 of the last 7 seasons. 19 quality starts the last 2 years back-to-back. Wins above replacement last year was down. Ks per 9 were still below 8. He's never been a big Ks guy. Anyways, Mackenzie Gore has been clutch. He's been a great leader. And the rest of our pitchers are quite young. Rodriguez is 25. Valdez, now he's not as young anymore. He's 28. Lenny Parsons, 27. Joe Ryan Jr. Back-to-back great stashes from Lenny Parsons and Joe Ryan Jr. with their, 28, 27 and 24. Herbert Jones is a rookie, 21-year-old rookie from Canada. And we've passed that 5-minute mark now. Perfect. Trevor Rogers continuing in long relief. Mason Miller, Benito Perez, Donny Dubois, Brian Abreu. Andrew Lara finally make his MLB debut. He's been in our organization for a long time now. And the great thing is, how did we get this guy? You can go back in your roster history. When did Lara join our team? He's been here for a long time now. Where is Lara? Sheesh. What? He is the longest serving player on the team. Lucas Knowles, 34, doesn't even count. Andre Lara was here. We inherited him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 players left 9 years later who we inherited. And 1, 2, 3, now 4 are in the MLB. Wow, that's crazy. I hadn't realized that. I had not realized that. Long time Lara. Andrew Lara finally making his MLB debut. Signed as a free agent in 2019 from Venezuela. Here he is. He had a strong spring training, and now he'll get a chance to prove himself. Our backup catcher, Garrett Hoffman, was a 5th-round pick in our first draft. That's awesome. So in our first draft, we still have our first, 3rd, 4th, and 5th pick. Our 2nd pick, I'm not sure who it was, but he's not here anymore. Rodriguez, our 1st pick. Maddox Charles, our closer, was our 3rd pick. Ernesto Valdez, who won the NL Cy Young in 2030, was our 4th pick. And our backup catcher was our 5th pick. So that 2024 draft was a ridiculous draft in terms of long-term value. Miguel Castillo hasn't really worked out. Tim McNeil hasn't really worked out either. Joe Ryan Jr. has. 2026. We don't have much from our draft here anymore, yeah, sadly. Christian Rivera, A potential hasn't really grown. Richie Dietz, yeah. Just taking a little peek at that. Okay, so moving into this episode, ladies and gentlemen, we have 100-plus win potential. Through our 8 years in Montreal so far, this is year number 9. If you're just joining our series, this is as great a time as any to join in. Through our 8 years in Montreal so far, relocating the Nationals, year 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we missed the playoffs. Year 6, 85 wins, make the playoffs, win the World Series, going 13-2. Year 7, go 107 and 44, make the playoffs, win the World Series, going 11-4. And last year, year number 8, go 85 and 77 again, make the playoffs, but then after winning the wild card against the Mets, we lost in 5 games to the winningest team in the MLB, the Arizona Diamondbacks, in a 5-game heartbreaker. Did somebody say Expos? Yes, sir. Welcome, Hobbsy. So that's been our series so far. We've only won 100-plus games once, but here in year number 9, I think that we can do it again. Once again, ranking as the first team in the league, first in contact, first in pitching, 6th in power, 4th in speed, 24th in defense, but I think our lineup is better than that. Jonas Roosh, yeah, I guess his defense is the lowest, but Matt Wallner has strong enough defense, 97 arm strength. Dylan Cruz, all mid-80s for his outfield stats. In the infield, Colin Hook is there now. So we'll see who goes where in the end. Elijah Green is going to be in against lefties, Jonas Roosh against righties, Julien in against righties, out against lefties, CJ Edwards in against lefties, out against righties. So a bit of a mix like that, and we'll see what trends begin to become evident to us. So that being said, I think we're ready to get started. We'll do some drafting, we'll do some scouting. Here's how it shapes up positionally. So yeah, depth-wise on that left side, left field, third base and shortstop, we could shore those positions up a little bit. That's about it. We're ready to get this started, ladies and gentlemen. In the off-season, last thing, if you didn't watch last episode, not a lot changed last off-season. It was more extending players, re-signing players, maybe some prospect trades as well. But for the team itself, there's not really any major changes. Herbert Jones getting called up, yeah. There's no one who is in this lineup today who we acquired this off-season. It's either been promoted from within, or we just re-signed players who we already had, etc. So yeah, that's about it. Let's get ready to roll. I think this team, although it was an 85-win team last year, I think it can do more this year. So we'll start off picking up against the St. Louis Cardinals, the Soros Cardinals. We played against them a couple days ago for the season opener at Stade Olympique here in Montreal. Now we have a beautiful afternoon game, 1:35 p.m. Eastern, hosting the Cardinals at Olympic Stadium. Francesco Rodriguez on the mound. Look at that glove. Beautiful glove. Facing off against Zach Gallen in those baby blues. Formerly the Expo Baby Blues. Lovely. We'll do the first slow sim of this episode, and we'll start getting into calendar simulation after that. Francesco Rodriguez on the mound. Brad Ridley leading off. Let's play ball, ladies and gentlemen, for Expos year number 9, 2032. Harvey Kahn grounds out. Kahn. Dylan Carlson will single to get him on first. Jordan Walker pop-up. Nick Prado pop-up. And here we go. Brad Ridley. A potential, 87 overall. The boy from Missouri playing against his hometown team, the Cardinals. 25 years of age. We're hoping for big things from Brad Ridley. He has great contact, vision, clutch at 98. Let's go, Brad. Leadoff ground out. Brian Bradley strikes out. Dylan Cruz singles. Out on base. Vladdy single. Runners on first and second for Matt Wallner. Fielder's choice. Salas with a leadoff triple. Great. Curtis Mead strikeout. Clark Elliott ground out. Mason Wynn fly out. Woo-hoo! After a leadoff triple, we